will be in Michigan tomorrow for a Republican fundraiser. Trump will be speaking at the Expo Center in Birch Run. And with protesters expected, security will be tight. Sheriff's deputies, state troopers, and Trump's personal security team will be inside and outside of tomorrow's event.
And joining us now to discuss the Trump phenomenon, Tim Kiska, an associate professor at the University of Michigan Dearborn, and Republican Rocky Ratchkowski. Both of us, thank you both for joining us tonight. Rocky, I'm going to start with you. So, is this campaign about to fizzle out, or is there still life in this campaign for Donald Trump?
Well, I think over time, Donald Trump's campaign will fizzle out, and I'm thinking that he may throw his support behind Senator Cruz from Texas. But what's interesting to see is Trump is a phenomenon that should ring in the halls of Lansing as well as in Washington, D.C. and amongst any political class, and that is that people are upset with what's happening in Washington, D.C. and in their own state houses, and they want politicians to start working for them. And that's why you see people like Ben Carson, Donald Trump, the non-political class actually still in the lead. Actually, Ben Carson now is in the top 5 of the candidates. He went from 8th to the top 5, which is pretty remarkable.
It is, and Tim, as a media watcher, Trump is certainly making an impact. He's obviously helping to draw 24 million people for last week's debate. Do you think that the enthusiasm for Trump is going to stay strong, or again, with all these controversial comments, do you think we're finally seeing maybe this will start to fade?
I think I agree with Rocky. I think it's going to start to fade. But the big thing is, why are we surprised? TV is or politics is becoming more and more entertainment for the last 50 years. And then why is it that when we get a guy who's actually, for better or for worse, really entertaining, we sit there and we're shocked, oh my God, that people are taking this guy seriously? He's made for this presidential cycle. He really is.
Hey, Rocky, we heard in that last report there that the campaign is considering, I think was the word they used, considering taking this pledge not to run as an independent. Of course, Ross Perot is probably the most infamous of all independent candidates of the last 50 years. Yeah. Can you see Trump just going ahead and doing that anyway, become an independent if the Republican Party kind of finally shoves him aside?
I don't see it, although I was at the debate actually and sat between Ted Cruz's father and the National Committee Chairman, Reince Priebus, and it blew my mind when I saw Trump look to the left and look to the right and then kind of raise his hand slowly and like he was not totally sure, but he wanted to make waves that night. And I've got to tell you that if I was his campaign advisor, I'd be filling him with a boatload of things, what to do and what not to do. And he seems to be doing what he shouldn't be doing.
Well, don't you think he should be reminded that women vote?
Yeah,
based on some of his comments, it's just...
Seriously?
Yeah,
well, he's married to a woman. His mother was a woman. His grandmother was a woman. He's got daughters. You'd think that he'd make smarter comments, but it seems, look at why he's still doing so well, and it's not tremendously well. It's just that he's doing so well amongst a large field, so the numbers seem to get dispersed amongst that large field. But he's doing so well because he speaks to the common man and woman, their anger with Washington, and their anger with the news media in some respects, and their anger with just anger itself at what's happening with the economy.
Yeah, Tim Kiska, I'm going to bring Tim in really fast. You kind of alluded to this a minute ago. Trump obviously famous for his show, You're Fired and all that kind of stuff. Are people sort of confusing politics with entertainment?
Yes.
Are they comfortable with him because he is real reality TV?
And now, look, if you looked at that Republican debate that Rocky was at, it looked to me like it was a game show, for God's sake. And it was conducted like a game show. And look, I don't know, I can't think of a better way to do this, but it's just a heck of a way to run a democracy, I think, in my opinion. So,
yeah.
So.
Well, who do you think will benefit the most if he does drop out?
Well, I think that Scott Walker from Wisconsin, I think that there is Rocky could speak very well to this, but I think that there is a big fight over a certain arm of the party. I think that Walker has a good shot at picking up the Tea Party wing, but not while Donald Trump's around.